Okay, so I was all set up to play a different game, something called Dismantle. It was a game I've had in my library for a while. Been waiting for it to go 1.0 because, you know, I hate early access and all the updates and everything. And it's been sitting in 1.0 for a while, and I was like, oh, I should give this a try. It looks pretty chill, relaxed. Like, that'll be fine. And then in the last 10 minutes before stream, I was like, man, me and some buds are supposed to be trying this new TTRPG tonight because I'm supposed to be reviewing it. I don't have anything planned. And like, I gotta run a meal to a family tonight and do this other stuff. And I was like, dang it. When am I gonna plan for this? So I was like, well, I guess I'll just do it on stream. So at the last minute, I started slapping everything together. So let's see how I'm even gonna do this. We're gonna make this up as we go. Let's see, and I see some notifications lighting up already. Ollie saying I'm late. Yeah. Hey, we're here. We're doing the thing. We're setting it up. We're chatting with folks. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the dungeon drafting one. There's no cat in the cat cam today. Unfortunately. So let's go ahead and boop this over there so somebody knows something's going on. And then we will tell you what. You're gonna leave me alone? Oh no, Ollie, don't do it. Don't leave me alone. I don't know what I'll do. I'll pop out my chat. That's what I'm gonna do. I almost just died and I'm going to sleep. Well, I guess that's something to do after you almost die. Okay, let's look at... Let's just do this. We'll hide that. We'll put... Let's see if this works. Can we capture Foundry? OneNote, Steam, Foundry Virtual Tabletop. No. Okay. Try it this way. There we go. Oh, we gotta hide that. There we go. Now we're getting places. Alright, this is very messy. Very messy. It makes me sad, but that's what we got. Alright, so I would kind of also like to do this. Let's see. Can I also have window capture? It's gonna be super embarrassing if the guy that wrote this is actually watching this. What is this thing called? Foundry, YouTube, Discord, I can't. Why can't I put the PDF up there? In like a tiny little window. You make me sad, OBS. You make me so sad. Okay, well, I wanted to have the page in the corner of whatever the PDF I'm looking at for Adventurous, so that's unfortunate. It won't let me do that. It doesn't recognize PDF exchange. You booger. Okay, well, let's just get rid of you. You're useless. Okay, that was a window capture. Didn't like that. I'm really surprised. Oh, now it finds it. Goofy thing. Okay. So let's do this. We'll put it like that. Not that you guys are going to be able to, like, read it. It's going to be so small. But you can kind of have an inkling over there. You can also see all my highlights and notes I got all over it. Yeah. Alright, let's see. So that's there if we need it. Gotta get my bearings here. So, what we're going to try and do tonight is we're going to... It's just going to be very rough. We're just going to see how it works, how the game rolls. Not particularly a normal one-shot, I don't think. It's going to be what I would call open book. So, like, I'm not going to be hiding any rolls. I'm not going to be fudging any rolls, most likely. Everything's going to be out in the open. I'm going to be very transparent about what's going on the map so they know how to handle things. And that way we can more accurately tell how things are working. And a lot of that's because, one, we're seeing how this new game works, but two, we're new. We don't, when you start kind of hiding things and being secret, you don't know if you're getting away with something you shouldn't or not. So it's just a test run. So this is an old map, very simple map I made for an easy D6 one shot we did. Players started here, came up through here, they had a maze, puzzles they had to go through, and there's a trap here to get blasted by some cannons. There's a room full of dudes over here, and then they had the option, alright, if they go right, they can do a little lava pit hopping and like kind of shortcut. Well, it doesn't look like a shortcut, it actually goes longer, but in here, in this room, they had some hefty bad guys to fight, whereas if they went to the right, did a little jumping over lava, these were very weak bad guys up here, and then they could just back entrance into the boss lair. So they didn't do that. They chose to fight the tough bad guys, then the boss. And there's somebody's goblin right there. Alright. So I'm thinking about just reusing this map. I don't know. I should look at my library of maps here. Let's see. Let's pull up Dungeon Draft. I think it'll be fine though. Oops. I got way too many windows open here. Probably should have just played games. But here we are. So let's see. I got... Technically I could use a map from our campaign. Actually, the water map might be kind of fun. Let's see. Universal battle map. Unfortunately, Foundry does not have the module for Adventurous because it's very new. It's a very new game, I believe. Matter of fact, does the PDF say when it was? In the email, I swear he just said he dropped it at like Christmas time or something last year, so it is not an old game. Oh, there we go. The name, Adventurous, and all layout is copyrighted Don Fisk Games 2022. Yeah, so it's new, not super well known. That's why it doesn't have a module yet. So let's have a look. I think it's this one. So I said that to say I'm going to use the D6 module in Foundry. I think we'll be able to use it just fine that way. Because, I mean, mostly we're just rolling d6s, right? That's how the game works, so that should be easy enough. Let's see. Okay, this isn't a very big map, but it might provide some interesting things. We can have an underwater locked door here. Maybe some environmental stuff over here, like stuff fall on them, chest, or then they can try and swim across this with some nasty fishes in there. I feel like maybe we can make it work. I don't know. Let's see. Let's pull out the old notebook here. Adventurous. I'm sure I spelled that right. Alright. Notes and stuff. Okay, yeah, it'll stay open. So let's do this. Let me. This is super professional. This is room 1. This is room 2. Room 3. Room 4. 5. A stream, says Noobster. Yeah, man, that's what we're doing. We'll call this its own room. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then finally 11. We'll just. I don't think they'll care that there's scribbles on there with room numbers. They're good folk. Drop by so I can be proud that I remembered about today being Wednesday. Did you make the art yourself? If you're talking about the map, I mean, I made the map, but like I didn't draw the tiles. I have a map making software. Actually, I should let me do this. Is it free? No, but it's not very expensive. Let me add another thing here. Golly, my OBS is gonna be so filthy by the time I get done. Why doesn't it ever? It's so weird. If I do this, yeah, and then it works. So weird. Okay, so here's Dungeon Draft. Actually, we can probably find that map that I had pulled into Foundry. Let's see, Temple 1. Hey man, good software costs money. That's just the way it is. Yeah, here's the software. It's super simple. I really like it. I did a bunch of map making streams before. Actually, when I started streaming, I think that's what I started off doing, more or less. It's like $30 or something, I think. And I reached out. I thought I was reaching out to the people that made it, but apparently I was reaching out to Humble Bundle. I was like, hey, you know, I'd like to do a video review on this. Do you guys have any discount codes? And they're like, Humble Bundle is like, well, we just sold it. You can join these guys' Discord and talk to the developers directly. And I was like, thanks, no thanks. I hate Discord. I hate having to join all these other servers to talk to people. It's just like, oh, guys, come on. Anyway. Back to Foundry here. A lot more expensive than you expected. It's pretty cheap, man. Like, I understand it's $30, but for what it is, it's pretty cheap. Especially since there's no microtransactions. You get the software and that's it. Regional pricing. Ah, okay. Yeah, that could be a thing. I always forget about that. Alright, so I'm thinking, oops, just brainstorming here. Room 3, traps, and man, I cannot type. Environmental hazards, question mark? Room 2. Underwater locked door, question mark. I'm converting it directly right now. Alright, yeah, I don't know how you would do that. Well, if that doesn't work, so for scale, a brand new game that drops out is $60 to $70, so it's less than half a new game. Okay. Room 4 obviously is going to have nasty fishies. Nasty fishies. Have to swim across? Or what? Rope across? Question mark. Ah! Why'd that come up? Giant octopus? So, in the campaign, so this is from the campaign I have going on Sundays with my regular group. This is a map from that. And the way it worked, actually, let me just pull up Dungeon Draft again. They would go through this map, and like right here, yeah, you can see my mouse. Oh, I forgot. I gotta hit transition. Okay, we're gonna turn that off. I was probably talking about Dungeon Draft earlier and y'all didn't see anything. Okay, so like right here, there was an underwater like hole they could go through right there and up here. And what that did, I threw them into another map. Yeah, they had to go through this map, and this was like a side scroller map, so they were underwater and having to do stuff. That's pretty neat. But there was, in one of the side scrolly things, the other map, they had to fill up this room with water, and this giant, not really a giant octopus, but it was an octopus. The deadly octopus is what I called it, and it was like controlling a skeleton and had swords and axes and shields and all its different tentacles. And what it would do is it would try and latch onto the player, and then it would control the player if they failed their save. And other players could still attack the octopus. Yeah, Puppet Master Octopus, basically. They could attack the octopus, but if they missed, it hurt the player instead that it was controlling. Okay, well, I scrambled to get all this together, and then one of them said they're not going to be free tonight. Dang it. Alright, well, we'll see it through. Less frantically. So that's a lot off my plate. And that's actually not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That is alright, because I was scrambling, wasn't sure how I was going to do this. So, my one-off ended up falling apart since one of the two players wasn't feeling it. Fair, of course. Still sad. So, actually, I just joined a group. They're doing a play-by-post of and they're using Mouse Ridder. And by play-by-post, that's, they have a little Discord server going, and you just post when you can. Like, I think like we have a week grace period, which is very generous, but it's, you know, like he's on the other side of the world. I don't know where the other people are, so time zones are a thing. So we'll throw up there, you know, it's like, all right, this is what I'm doing, and then when somebody can, they make their turn and keep going from there. So it's like you're always playing, but only when it's convenient or you're able. Anyway, how about what can we do right here? So the idea what I'd like to do in this map is just to test out the mechanics the game offers. So combat, obviously, locked stuff. I really kind of wanted to use time element things. I don't know how I'm going to get away with that unless, I don't know, there's some underwater stuff I could do maybe. You know, like, hey, you're going to run out of air, but, excuse me, I don't know about that. This might be too short a map, honestly. This is Mouse Ritter, right? You did spell right. What I'm preparing for is not Mouse Ritter. The play-by-post game is Mouse Ritter. What I'm planning for over here is some new game. Adventurous. Very, very new to the market, new to the scene. Yeah, the TTRPG is Adventurous, yes. Oh, you know what? This door should be sealed, and they should have to go over here. Ooh, there could be this could be a lot deeper. This could actually like go down somehow, and then just ignore physics for a moment, and then they go down, and this is actually a really filled up room. And there's some kind of puzzle. Okay, they have to do it down here. Okay. So, room 5. Door to room... I can't. Room 7 is sealed. Cannot be unlocked with lockpicks. Must be solved with puzzle in room 6. And room 6. Puzzle is deep underwater. Players have to be submerged and hold breath to solve the puzzle. Whatever the puzzle is. Don't know yet. A mimic at the end of room 6. Well, we should probably have a mimic somewhere. There's no really mimic. They did find an underwater mimic not too long ago. Let's see, I'm going to make this guy feel bad for not being able to show up tonight. I'm actually on stream preparing for tonight right now. I'll tell him he should come in and give me some ideas. You like the idea of most mundane things being a mimic? Yeah, well, I mean, mimics. Hey, it's Ryan. He says, "Wah!" in the YouTube chat, not the Discord chat. Okay. Room 7. Another underwater door. Locked? Question mark. Wah! He's a Warhammer orc. Wah! Split slogan time, boys. Dun, 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 dun. That song's so stupid. Room 7? You know? Because we could say they're deep and something snags them. Ooh, yeah. And something snag and hold them while underwater. Something to find out before running out of breath. Not a monster, a trap. Return of the puppet octopus. Oh man, I'm punching my microphone. Oh no, man. The octopus was rough. Good news, everyone! You're all fired. Hey, you got a job interview. I was actually about to ask how that was going. Is it... Oh golly, I think I'm hitting my microphone stand with my chair. Is it in the field? Like, what you do? Or did you have to, like, break down and get whatever you're given? Okay, we got some ideas cooking. So what about over here? So, you're wondering why there's a pool of gray mushrooms. That was specific to the campaign. But we might be able to make it work. Could a guy shoot the fish? Yeah. Unless... So, I think they tried that. I'm pretty sure they tried that in the campaign. There was a mixture of fishes and then these lizard things that could just crawl up onto the pieces of land they were standing on, so that like worked but didn't work. Same field, new-ish company has one of my past jobs at Alumni, which is nice. Full remote. I hate you. I hate you so much. So my field, and I'm pretty sure I've cried and fussed about this on stream before, they are vehemently against remote. Like, they just will not allow it. Also, what's the theme? The theme is testing a new TTRPG. There is no theme, so we can have whatever we want in here. Like automatons. So, this one was automatons. Like, you can... Actually, can I just... NPCs... View character artwork? Yeah, this is what they were fighting in the other one. The map that I thought I was going to use before switching over to the water one. Love automatons, eldritch beings, mechanical beings, love them all. Yeah, this was a cool... It was kind of a boring map, but I liked the setup that I had for it. This was the big bad guy. Once a general, really good general, did lots of great things. Died at sea. Found something at the bottom of the sea, got obsessed with immortality, became bad guy. I mean, what if so I told the guys that were going to be playing this to give me some ideas, and they said, what if a giant robot that got shrunk? Oh, now he's saying he might be able to be there, but he'll be late, even though we never decided on a time. Regular sized robot, but it was a giant. It's a tiny giant robot. Ever so helpful. So an undead mechanical dude, a giant robot that got shrunk. Yeah, well, I mean, he was like probably mostly mechanical at that point, yeah. Kind of still had some of his bones there. He was still hanging on. He had his life essence. Not when they got done with him. He didn't have no more life essence. I wish I could get remote work. Because, man, when 2020 hit and the disease that came with it, like they had to let us work remote. And this is so silly. Everybody wanted to work remote, and we're like, there's no reason we have to be in this office whatsoever. And like, nope, can't do it. 2020 hit. We all went home. And they kept trying to bring us back, but COVID kept getting worse and worse and worse. And for all of 2020... we worked remote, and that was our best performing year the business ever had, despite COVID like bringing business down, because you know everybody was sick and we were dependent on construction, so a lot of that stopped. But even then, it was our record year. Like we got so much done, and they were still like, nope, you can't work remote, you got to be in the office. And then performance just went right down the toilet again. All right. Room 9. Possible falling rocks. Shiny object. Treasure in the water to tempt players. Most of the non-remoters is those that prefer a management style, or is because they feel the loss because of their office rent. Well, so what's so silly is the people, in my experience, that push remote so hard, I mean push against remote so hard, are these old CEOs who are never in the office anyway. So it's like, what? Like, you're never here. What do you care? You're always at home chilling. You gotta be in the office. It's like, man, screw you, dude. And then the other people that also aren't for it are very middle management material, and they know their job is useless if they don't have people to micromanage all day. Will room 10 make the player trip ball? Oh, hey, yeah, there you go. Oh man, I know exactly what I could do. Check this out. I know what I'll do. How about tripping some balls here? There you go. We'll just come in and see that, and then I can have the party music. So I did have at our campaign, like one of the first places they went, there was a actually I can just go find the room, most likely. Maybe not. I don't see everyone. Well, anyway, there was this temple they were in, and then there was this hidden little room. And they found it. They opened up the door, and you can use Foundry. Like when they're in a room, it'll play music. So when they got in this room and opened the door, they could hear the sound coming from it, and it was like this party music, just pretty nice, friendly music, and it had this weird color effect going, and there's 3 goblins in there just getting baked out of their minds. Oh, it's a way to rotate your workforce if the current hiring market rate is a bit slower. You were stuck in a 5-year contract for a building that no one used. Wouldn't you want to make people use it? Not if they were doing better work at home. I think I could get over myself and count my losses and be like, all right, if you produce 5 widgets a week at home instead of 2 in the office, yeah, stay home because I'm going to make more money in the long run. And that really wouldn't be a loss. And plus, I could just rent it out to somebody else or something. You could find something to do with it instead of just making people miserable. Money they're losing anyway, so they use it to their advantage. But see, is that an advantage? Like, if everybody is provably working better at home, and this is just the case for mine, I'm not saying for everyone, like, we all worked better at home. We had a stellar year, made them more money, but for the sake of power, they wanted to throw that away and have control over people, just to bring them back, make themselves feel better. And the contract for that building was coming up, and they just renewed it last year. It's like, guys, why? We have no equipment in this place past a computer. Like, that's it. That's all we need. Sentient mushroom dude just chilling. Oh, yeah, we could have some dialogue up in here. Okay, so... Okay, let's see. What is this, room 10? Room 10. Why do I keep capitalizing no? Stoned Mushroom Man, question mark. Dialogue challenges. I don't know if Adventurous has any dialogue things. That might be up to the GM. Like, you know, in 5e, you're like, okay, roll me persuasion, roll me perception, or whatever. Got 3 different speech checks you gotta roll for. Stone Mushroom Man, dialogue challenges. Can he give them an item to make the boss easier if they win him over? The most chill baked mushroom dude. What if... Oh, I already read that. Okay. So 8's probably going to be empty. It's just a hallway. Not every single room has to have something. Come up with some weird fishman boss. Maybe there'd be like a... Instead of a big baddie in here, it can just be like a swarm of fishmen. Just the fishwoman brothel up in here. I don't know. He get the chill mushroom man could give him an electronic thing, an electric weapon, and they come in here and just zap the water and fry like half the fishmen. I did have a big guy. Well, yeah, but that's what they did when they're in this map in the campaign. It was a big water monster, big serpent. Got a Godzilla ray at him and everything. It was pretty cool. Alright, room 3. Leaping creatures to sneak by. Of course, that's how that was in the campaign. And they woke them up. Okay, let's have a look at the PDF here. How do I view, like, chapters? Thumbnails. Fight the... Ooh. That's gnarly looking. He's got a lot of teeth. He's got, like, the sandworm mouth. Just the ring of teeth. Which, I'll never understand that. It doesn't work. It looks cool, but... Layers, content. Oh, it's just pages. Okay. Alright, well... How about headings? Bookmarks. Ah, there we go. Okay. Bestiary. Magic items and potions. Here we go. Normally I just like make up my bad guys, make up my items, all that stuff that I want to give to players, but I really want to try and use what's in the book. See how it works before I go just willy-nilly making my own stuff. See, to me it's easier, and this is actually what the next video is going to be about. The next video I'm going to do is using a module versus homebrewing everything, and I guess spoiler alert, it's not saying one's better than the other. It really just depends on how your mind works. And see, I was told by a lot of people, since I was very new to GMing, you know, never done it before, I'd barely even played the game before, and got in a position where I had GM, and they're like, well, try a module, that way a lot of the work's done for you. And I was like, okay, that makes sense. But it was infinitely more difficult for me to try and follow along with the module than just make my own stuff. And I tried it for a little bit and just used the starter quest and then threw the whole thing out. And I was like, we're not doing that. Just tied it in with something else that I made up. I was like, it was just so much easier to make stuff up as we went and, you know, do it myself. I was like, I can't keep up with everything this book is throwing at me. It's too much for me to remember. Okay. Let's see. Sometimes homebrew things that already exist in the dang game. Goblins or skeletons or likes just to balance dungeons. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Every run is its own thing. Ryan says, think of it this way. Building rent is $100. Your workers are producing $130. Their salary is $20. Oh, that's a lot of math. Okay, so you're only making $10 in that case. Even if your remote workers, you said it produced $10 of profit, the only expense you can reduce is salaries, which increase over time, except they really don't. I'll circle back to that in a minute. Letting people go is expensive. Firing people without reason is expensive, so you demand office work. You will lose some people, but you then hire people who are willing to be in the office. You end up with $100 rent, $125 producing workers, $10 salaries from the newer, lower paid workers. So very unstream related, but I will. There's some holes in that, Mr. Walter. What was the first thing I said? I circle back to. The salary's increasing over time. So they don't. They really don't. Cost of living, I'm going to sound like a conspiracy theorist here. 2020, they said it went up 6%, and they're like, oh my gosh, that's so high. But like everybody's groceries went up 50% or more. Like I stopped buying meat and started eating lentils, and my grocery bill was still going up. Like it was insane. So the business makes up for that. They start charging more for their products. Like we made elevators. That was the job I was in last. So we started charging more for elevators. When the steel tariffs hit, we started charging more for elevators. That kind of thing. And yeah, people get raises every year, but like the government said, oh, cost of living went up 6%. Well, everybody got a 3% or less raise, and that's average in the corporate world, which is less than the cost of living. So yes, your salary, your take home is going up, but from the company's perspective, you actually, the longer you stay at a company, you're getting pay cuts every year. Now, take that over to where you say you hire new workers for newer low-paid workers. That is also not true, because switching jobs is how you get a raise. So when I've seen it, and this may just be my experience, but I've seen it time and time again, the new hires come in at higher rates than the people before them. Like, it's insane. That's why I job hop all the time. It's like, yeah, 1 year, it's like, all right, I'm out. Instead of sticking around for a 1 to 3% raise, I'm going to go across the street and get a 15% raise. And then a year later, I'll come back here for another 15% raise. Like, I've done that. It's insane. There is no... And again, that might be just my field. It's full of idiots and terrible management. Like Glee, the place she's at, they just offered this girl that's been there 6 months a 10% raise, which blew my mind. And then another person, I think he'd been there a year, they gave him 5%, which he might break even with that year's inflation. I don't know, but like it's a raise, but not really. So way too sleepy to read this. Good that vegetarian food is much cheaper. Learning to cook, never been prouder about potatoes. Hey man, potatoes are good. I'm still trying to figure out how to use lentils. Potions and poisons, here we go. So we got healing potion, heals. Oh, we can't really see that. Okay. Can I... It's a double page thing. Healing potion heals 3 HP. Disadvantage on it. Really? Oh, effect fail. Potions can fail? But PC has the necessary ingredients and alchemical kitchen. The player can choose to make a knowledge test to spend 1 hour in one supply for the bottle to brew a potion. The outcome of the knowledge test determines the effect of the potion. Oh, okay. So this is going to be a not a mushroom making room. Room 10 is going to be an alchemy room. Alchemy room. Players can brew some potions. All right, cool. So yeah, they can make. That's interesting. So if they try and make a heal potion, if they fail it, it only heals 3, disadvantage on next roll test. And if they success, it heals 5 HP. Neato. I'm not sure if the first point is relevant to office politics when looking at a salary spreadsheet, but I 100% agree that inflation is currently a pain in the patootie. But I don't understand your second point. Well, I don't remember what the second point was. If it's about job hopping, in my field and some other fields I've dipped into, like know people, you make a lot more money switching jobs, because when there's a job opening, that company is in need, and you go over there and prove to them, like, hey, I can fix your problems. They're like, okay, what are you making now? You can say, oh, I'm making $100. Okay, we'll pay you $120. Whereas if you're at a job and they're like, okay, cool, you did all this stuff for us. We're gonna hang the carrot out a little farther each year and keep telling you we'll give you something, but we're only gonna give you like 1 to 3%. We're gonna give you $5 extra a year max if you're doing the $100 pay scale thing. What is that cat doing down there? Hang on, I think a cat's stuck in something. The cat was stuck on something. They were stuck in a room. And now they're going to go right back there and get stuck again. Anyway, when you're already working there and you're like, bro, that sucks. $5 extra? What? Look at all this stuff I did. I can go across the street and, you know, get 10, 15% more. And they're just like, what are you going to do? Quit? They don't think you'll quit. It's like this weird game of chicken power move kind of thing. And that's what I always do. I'm just like, all right, bye, see ya. I can go across the street and, you know, get off my back. Like, I'm not comfortable here. I'm not stuck by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I don't owe you anything. So. But they don't think you will. And in their defense, a lot of people won't, because they're too scared. They're too scared to change. They get comfortable in a spot. And that's like the worst thing you can do. Like, financially, it's the worst thing you can do, and experience, it's the worst thing you can do, again, depending on your field. Like, I got into it with a VP one time. He was like, I've been doing this for 35 years, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yeah, you've been in these 4 walls for 35 years. You have no idea how anything else works outside these 4 walls. And he didn't like the point, but I think he understood what I was trying to tell him. I hated that place. Yeah, no cat cam today. There's nobody over there in the chair. Let's see. Raises are superficial. If that's where they aren't really, it's still an increasing cost. It is an increasing cost, but the business is also increasing their prices. So, like, they're not gonna lose money. You know, salaries go up 3%, prices of elevators go up 10%. You know, they make up for it. Potion of invisibility. Okay, yeah, we're gonna try that. So they can make some potions over there. We don't need the weird goofy light source. I mean, we still may do that. I don't know. But I like that. That gives us something else to try and roll. Let's see. Should we try and use some AI to generate some weird fishmen? Those mushroom man... Nah, the mushroom man can, like, help them brew some brews. Mushroom man is the ingredient. Jeez, the shroom demands you eat the flesh. Take my bread, bro. It'll give you life, man. Alright, let's pull up the old stable diffusion thing. See if we can't generate some weird fishmen. The AI, stable diffusion. Well, there's a cat right there. Okay, bye. You just had to walk across everything. Oh, they're chasing each other like crazy now. Alright, well the AI thing's booting up. We'll see if it works. Let's see. I guess just a regular battle in room 2. Start them off right. It's like, hey. Regular battle. Simple battle. Really want to complain about it, but I'm severely underinformed about the topic to do so. Well, I don't know. I enjoy fiddling with it just for memes, but like, I can see where people are upset, but at the same time, I don't see why they have any reason to get upset. Because, actually, can I just... I got that picture somewhere. I can just show it to y'all. It could be a useful tool, but people are going to abuse it. Like, and do somebody stupid will be like, oh, I can just fire all my graphic designers and artists and just do this. Like, there's going to be those people. But that's not AI art's fault. That's just stupidity. Like, for what I do, I had a boss one time. He thought all I had to do was push a button and my job was done. And I was like, no, there is a lot more to it than that. Let's see. No. Art? What do I search for? There we go. So everybody wants to fuss about AI art generators, whatever you want to call them, stealing art. And I'm like, man, y'all do that all the time. Like, there's the argument, actually, Ryan, I'm the one that made it to where when somebody else pushed the button, it actually did something. People say, or art's to the AI thing, it steals art. And it's like, you guys have been stealing art for a long time, like way before AI. Like, that's nothing new. And here's a good example. One on the right somebody drew, and then the one on the left is what somebody made, copying that dude's work, and then said it was his own. It's like, this was before AI. So, no, it doesn't make it okay at all. And the problem is things like Midjourney lying about what they're doing and saying, oh, we totally only use this bank of free art to use, when really they scraped a bunch of other stuff they weren't supposed to, but they have made so much money, they've gotten to the point where fines are just a business expense. But it's also very, and I think it was some cartoonist made this argument. He's like, it's very similar to when tablets and computers got introduced into the art world. A lot of older artists were like, oh, that's not really drawing. So it's like, okay, you know, this is just another tool. Yeah, it's definitely not, and this is just my 2 cents, like, as not an artist. I don't think by any means you should be using a generator and trying to sell what you make, because you don't really make that. I understand. See, we need another word. So there's art, like stuff you see in museums, paintings people make, things you do in, I don't know, you can make an art sculpture in your yard, things like that. But then when you could say, okay, hey, there's an art to doing something, like there's an art to making an omelet. You can make a really good omelet, but and I say that to say there can be a little bit of an art to trying to get your prompt understandable and right to make the generator generate something, but to me it's a game. The AI art thing's just a game to me. That's why I have fun doing it. It's like, all right, what silly thing can I get this thing to make? You know, when Photoshop, yeah. So see, AI art's more of a technical kind of thing. You know, there's lots of things you can get in there and tweak and do. It's not art. The prompt can be a little, you know, you can have a little finesse to that, a little skill or experience or whatever you want to call it. But you still shouldn't be like, I've seen people protecting that and trying to sell. It's like, oh, I'll sell you my prompt for this. It's like, man, get out of here. Get out of here with that noise. All right, let's bring the art generator over here. I'm gonna need to make a new window. Let's see. Studio mode. No, do. Oh, can I just do this? That would be so cool if I could. I don't think I can though. I can. Wow. Oh, it looks terrible. Why does it look this way? Okay, never mind. I can do it technically, but I don't like the way it looks. Alright. Window. I'm just gonna give that some random letters. There we go. Okay. Alright, so I got some different modules in here. I don't know. We're just gonna try a Dream Shaper, whatever that one is. Like this one dude makes excellent rotoscope skits using AI. I think that's using it as a tool, while just typing a sentence isn't really the same thing, for lack of a better word, because I am way too tired. Like the way you're using it, it's pretty much a tool, assuming it's for tokens and giving players and yourself. Yeah. The stream's still on your map? No, I was setting something up. So, yeah, I think it's a great tool for GMs, like just to quickly make stuff, but for artists, it's a quick way to just slap something in there and say, okay, that's a cool pose. I like that. I kind of like what it did with their armor, and then use that, and then their actual artistic skills to make something, you know, better, that doesn't have 20 fingers on it or something. Let's see. Fantasy painting. Can't spell. Painting. Simple background. I have noticed that helps a lot. Fish. Creature. Monster with lots of teeth. Arms and legs. Holding a weapon. Of course, these AI art things can never hold swords or anything very well. Grave mimic recently, which looked and sounded amazing. Yeah, somebody posted that in here. And I've seen folks, like, they'll take AI art pictures and do a lot of photoshopping stuff to it. And it's like, yeah, that's... I still wouldn't call it art, because they're not actually using hand skill, I will call, like a pen or pencil or something, and you know, whether it's a legitimate pencil or an on-screen pencil. But wow, that dude's ugly. Holy crap. I mean, why not? See, there you go. You got a monster. This whole belly is like teeth. Part of his mouth. Oh my goodness. That's horrendous. I meant to make this bigger too. Yeah, I go burr. His jaw on it. Dude, it's crazy. Now see, and if I actually could draw and use things like Photoshop, see, I would cut off this goofy head thing, fix his belly chest or his belly mouth here, and just make like this scale texture just up to here, and then just leave his mouth like that, and it'd be fine for the most part, for what I needed, you know. And I feel like, I'm sure Glee could do that easy peasy, and I wouldn't consider that drawing or art. That's just being really skilled at the software. Now, knowing what colors to use and all that stuff, like that's when your art comes into play. But like this is like, no, I'm gonna copy this texture and up through there. Anyway, let's try some more. That belly mouth is actually your favorite part. It's like the dragon, was it the gaping dragon in Dark Souls, where he comes up and he just folds backwards in half and his whole body is a mouth. Just Yep. You have the same opinion as you with art? Well, so see, as technology has moved forward and all that stuff, and it has moved into art, like now there's art skill, and then there's art knowledge, and then there's technical skill you have to mix, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a different medium. Like, that's not saying, oh, you can't paint on a canvas anymore, you know. So, no, it's just a different way of art. And there you go, 2 mouths. He's actually holding the spear quite well for this thing. I'm impressed. I don't know what's going on with his hand over here and his feet. I mean, you know, it's whatever. He almost looks kind of friendly. Like a dragon. The top of his spear looks like a boat sail. Oh. He looks too happy. He's got a nipple. Alright, I'm gonna get banned for that from YouTube. I'm gonna get shut down. I'm showing the nips. Because one hand being completely different looks good. Yep. Yeah. That's not bad. These really aren't bad. I like how this rock is in the center of this little loopy toe thing going on there. Okay, what else should we... Fish creature, monster with lots of teeth. Negative prompt. Wings. We don't want no wings. Let's take the fins off. See how that goes. Failed toe. See, I suck at this. My creativity is null and void. And deformed body. Anyway, I don't know. Deformed body was the negative prompt, so it shouldn't be like giving us weird limbs. Ideally. No horns, I'm guessing. Oh, hey, no, we could... Horns are good. Is it remixed Minecraft? I don't know anything about Minecraft. Oh boy, here we go. Say, that looks pretty good, right? Whoa, okay, we're getting away from the blue, more nips, I'm gonna get banned. YouTube's gonna be like, this is an adult content stream. He's got like some fire going on. He's a mage. See, okay, you see what's happening right here at the bottom of his spear, or whatever he's holding? This tiny little hilt, and then it comes down to a point. Like, This is... When I use it, it's obsessed with that. It tries to put that on every medieval weapon it can come up with. And this double-ended thing. It's so weird. That guy has some. He looks kind of fuzzy almost on the purple. Oh. Okay. These guys look like they're from where the wild things are. That's what they're making me think of. That mouth? What, this guy, or was it the last one? He's got like extra teeth there. This guy, I don't know what he's got going on. We got the horns! More draconic. Yeah, they really are dragon looking, aren't they? Fuzzy one. Entire head. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It look like he could chomp you pretty good. Okay. Let's put dragon looking in the negative prompt. And let's say fish creature. Let's just say fish creature with lots of teeth. Well, with sharp teeth. Arms, legs, holding a spear. Wet. Just wet. Put in moist. Deformed body and negative just makes it more deformed. It's mine. I mean, I don't know. Like, that guy is weird looking, but see, his arms and legs are like a uniform size. Versus where that one had that huge arm and then a tiny one. An arc mod? Oh no, not arc. I don't even know what's modded or what's actual dinos in that game anymore. Look at that dude. These don't look like fish. These look like... Oh, wow. What is that? That's scary, man. In all the wrong ways. Okay, this is like... Swearing aloud here. I mean, you can swear in the Discord chat. I won't read it because YouTube get mad at me. Anyway, the bulwark. I don't know actually which mod. See, I couldn't have told you that wasn't... Well, actually, I would probably think that's a mod because it looks too good for Arc to actually come up with on its own. And that dude's scary looking. Yeah, that makes me think like a werewolf gone wrong, not a fish. I don't know what that... And there's another one. What's with the tribal thing going on here? Oh my goodness. Alright, fish creature. Maybe we better put monster back in there. Recently installed it, but I'll remove it. Man, I guess you had like an extra 350 gigs to spare. I hate Arc so much. It should have been so much better. $230? Good Lord. I'll say, so what this is probably before your time, but like when I was a little kid, there was this game, and by little kid and game, I mean something in DOS. It was called Build-A-Fish. And to me, that is all AI is. It's just a super complex version of Build-A-Fish. Look at that guy. That's something. That guy's not bad. His hand's doing a weird over here, but... No. It's usable. I don't know about that one. That's... He's got like a spear coming out of his hand that looks like he held a firework and it exploded. Okay, that's not bad. He's actually not bad. I mean, he is, but like, usable. Alright, do another one, and then we'll get back into Foundry. The whole game is 450. Holy moly. That's so bloated and uncalled for. And that company is in so much hot water all the time, legally. Like, they just keep getting in trouble. Least optimized game. Well, yeah, and nothing in it works either. It's terrible. Terrible. Alright, he's a little deformed. He looks like a hillbilly water monster. That one also looks like one. But wow, look at his hand. He's actually holding the spear. I'm impressed. It looks like somebody got stuck in the costume from one of those Chinese dragons. You know, it's like 2 or 3 people are under there. He's just stuck in the head part. Ah. Hey. See, there's that double-ended thing again I was telling you about. He's kind of cool, man. He got like a weird thing going on up there. Okay. I can use these guys. Alright, so we got that. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Now we can go back to Foundry. Actually, one guy informed me that the official servers are still running for some reason. I vote for Chinese Dragon Man. Original art game was silently dropped. No more official servers. Yeah, I don't think it was silent, was it? I thought they came out, ouch, and announced it like, hey, with this Arc remaster, we're gonna totally do for free, and then go back on that and charge you. We're gonna shut down official servers, and then you have to buy the new one, the remaster. I think, anyway, I don't really keep up with it. I just see little bits and pieces here and there. Oh, if I was in a voice chat, then I'd be yelling. Okay, so we got some monsters. We might try and generate a big monster. I don't know. So we got this room. That room 2 is going to be basic fight. We can have a locked door here. Then we might have some sleeping creatures that can try and sneak around over here. Some items, some loot. Helpful loot. Potions or something. Or we'll be puzzly in the sense they gotta figure out how to get across. Which I don't know how they're gonna do. But maybe I'll just have a few bad guys swimming around in the water. Maybe enemy they don't fight, but just try to escape. Something that stings, but does not grab or pursue. Bye, Ryan. Going to bed soon or just play Ark that I spent 2 hours installing. I was really in the mood for some reason. I see a big water body tentacle monster is all I can think. Well, yeah, there's that. Crapping on a wild card is always a good time pass. Oh, I love it. I love it. The game's got so many bad things to, or that company has so many bad things you can say about it. 5. Probably no monsters. Like I said, this is going to be locked. They have to go. So I need a puzzle for here. Oh. I think there'll be a staircase here, and like they can. Ooh, or if a door can shut here, and then they're stuck in there, and they have a time limit to figure it out. Ooh, yeah. Let's do that. Players go down some stairs and get locked. Field and room and have a time limit to solve the puzzle. What sort of puzzle are you thinking? Like in real life puzzle, rolling dice, time limit sounds like it, it may. I don't know yet. Probably something simple they could figure out. Because I think, let's look at the ye old manual here. This game does something a bit different. If I can find it. Like there's a turn order even when you're just when you're outside of combat. Where did it go? I think I skipped it. The Oracle. Well. There you go. Much like combat, dungeon exploration is divided into turns. During each turn of exploration, the group of PCs can make one dungeon move together as one unit. A dungeon move is an action such as search a room for traps, carefully pick the lock of the big wooden door, or study the mechanical contraption to try and figure out how the trap works. A dungeon move takes roughly 10 minutes. Ooh, wow, that's a long time to be underwater. Thus, each round of exploration is roughly 10 minutes. So, gotta catch up here. The time limit sounds, time to copy a random puzzle from Skyrim. Yeah, rotate the thing. I mean, don't most DMs decide to turn order outside combat anyway, so everyone gets an equal time and all, in case they're doing things all the time. So, I don't know. Is that how your experience may vary? Is that how they do it in yours? Because when I'm doing 5e, like it's just, it needs a turn order. It drastically needs a turn order outside of combat, because otherwise everybody's just fighting all over each other, walking all over each other, and it's a cluster. But ICRPG has a very distinct turn order for everything it does, and it's really neat, and I like that. I'm like, man, we should have that in 5e. Shouldn't you switch into combat mode while underwater anyway? My experience is watching one YouTube stream of 5e by Joecat. Joecat. Welcome to my crap guide. Yeah. So, you probably already know this, but I am super not a fan of 5e, and the only reason I play it is because we have an ongoing campaign, and I didn't know anything else existed at the time, so... when that campaign is over, I will never touch 5e again, because it's just horrendous to me. I hate it. I was talking to one of our players this morning. It's like, man, I love you guys. I love the time we spend together. But holy crap, do I hate playing this game. Like, I love our story we're making, but I hate running it. It's such a drag. So, let's see. The GM can allow for 2 or more. Yeah, okay, I remember that part. To track time spent exploring a dungeon. Let's see. Why is my... Let's see if I can't fix this. See if I can't find this. There we go. There we go. I don't know why I did it the way I did. I guess I'm dumb. To track time spent exploring a dungeon, the GM uses six six-sided dice, 66 for every round of exploration in the dungeon. Okay, I remember that. When 6 moves have been made, 1 hour has passed and a new torch needs to be lit. Okay, I remember that. If players make a move that causes noise. Yep. Okay, I remember that. Which is pretty cool. I don't know if we'll do this turn, because I'm stupid and that's a lot for me to keep up with. My experience is why you're the reason why I even knew things other than 5e existed. I don't really like 5e because I end up wanting to overuse it. And see, that's why I really want the channel to like start. I mean, my channel has gone so many different directions. It's nothing like it was supposed to be, but I want to start leaning more into different TTRPGs and reviewing them and saying like, hey, this exists because 5e is such a spotlight hog, and that's by design. I mean, that's the business, right? You try and drown out everyone else through the power of advertising, and they've done that. So like, I liked the idea of TTRPGs, and people were like, all right, cool, come play D&D with us. And I'd have a look at it, and I'm just like, bro, that is awful. I have no desire to play this. It's just way too complicated. And it took several attempts from people to try and to actually get me to do it. And then I didn't like it when I did it. But then it's like, well, I guess this is how it works. And, you know, I guess I'm stupid for not going out there and looking. It's like, man, you know, what is a D&D alternative? But yeah, people just kind of accept. It's like, okay, this is what everybody plays. This is it. And there's so many other things out there. And there's things that you can just pick up and play. Easy D6, Mouse Ritter, ICRPG, probably this. Like, you can just pick it up and go. And start playing. You can learn the rules while you're playing. And then, like, Easy D6, we didn't have to look anything up halfway through our first session. Like, we had it. It's like, all right, that's it. There's nothing else to do. Whereas 5e, people play for 20 years, and they still have to look stuff up every session. Like, every time they do something, because there's just so many flipping rules. People are like, oh, it's the greatest thing ever. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, if you enjoy it, that's fine, but other people are allowed to not enjoy it. It took half an hour to explain Easy D6 to 2 dudes. Hey, if you explained everything, that's actually pretty good. One of them likes 5e too much while not even knowing most of the rules. Well, that's probably why he likes 5e if he doesn't know the rules. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. Mushroom Man can still be there and will offer his assistance. Okay. That's pretty funny. We got something hold them underwater. Gonna be similar to over here, but they're over here taking damage. Alright. This might end up being a very boring map. You can see somebody killing him and using him as an ingredient. I hope not. It'd be sad. Also, I have a hair like hanging down in my eyeball and I can't get it out. Just keep seeing it waving around. Alright. Well, I guess let's go back to the AI man here. I can find it. Apparently it's gone. There we go. Okay, now we need a big water monster. So what do you think? An octopus, a serpent, a shark with legs? What if the water in room 4 was actually acid and the creature inside it? Ooh. What was room 4? Oh, the big one? How would they get across if that was all acid? I mean, there have been times where I made a situation that I had no solution to. And I told them, I was like, I don't know how y'all are going to do this. I don't have a solution, but it's 5e. I'm sure y'all have something at your disposal to get rid of this challenge. And they did. I can't remember what it was, though. Ropes, I guess. I don't know, man. They think of the solution. Just here to offer problems. Yeah. But I do kind of like the idea of one of these waters being hazardous. We might could put a, it could be something like an electric weapon, or maybe even just an electric eel swimming around that occasionally zzz, 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 shocks the water. And they have to, like, time stuff to get across. Eel or something electric zapping the water in intervals. Party can predict and try to avoid to get across. Yeah, we'll jot that down. Alright, so going back to AI, man, we're going to run a few of these and then probably call it a day, because I've already been at this for 2 hours and have accomplished very little. So, octopus, giant serpent, giant turtle. For extra screw you energy, use dice to determine the next buzz. You know, that's not a bad idea. What should be the boss? Obviously something watery, I would assume. Seaweed monster? I don't know. What can come up there at the end? Or a ghost captain. Fantasy painting, simple background. Ghost of a pirate captain. Ragged clothes. Seaweed. How do you spell seaweed? Not like that. Seaweed. Hanging from limbs. Emerging from the water. Yeah, that'd probably be cooler. I just wanted to see what this would come up with. Your mind is blank for once. You have a giant turtle in there. Like a rabid turtle. Oh, these look terrible. Ghost of a pirate captain. That does not look like a ghost, good sir. That looks like a people. Well, that's not a bad picture. Not useful at all for what I do. Ugh, look at his face. He's holding a duster. Okay. I'd say that's just a regular person. Ghost of a crazy man who thinks he's stranded on an island. So the ghost of Ben Gunn from Treasure Island. So it looks like a dialogue scene, but it's actually super powerful. Yes, that's... I like where you're going with that. Turtle creature. Let's say turtle humanoid creature. Fangs. Claws. Awesome. That's not a prompt. Mean looking. Oh no, you have 4 turtles in there. And it can be the Ninja Turtles. Thinks you're after his friends. A basketball and a bucket. Well said! Yeah, we have 4 turtles. The Ninja Turtles. I'm definitely taking the idea. The Ninja Turtles are the one you just came up with. But that one looks like a gargoyle over there, not a turtle. And one's got a monkey tail. Man, that is a turtle with teeth and claws. It really looks like a Ninja Turtle. That's just some weird karate gargoyle looking thing. It is. He got no shell. This dude is like half monkey, half gorilla, or monkey. He's got the tail and turtle. What is that? I'm sure about turtle man digital. Don't tickle that monster fantasy well enough. Yeah, well, I mean, look at this thing. What happened to him? I like the Aztec skirt thing he's got going on. Man, that thing. Alright. Well, it did a very terrible job generating the ghost captain is my problem. It just made a person. Simple background. And a suit of armor. A drowned one. Yeah, I don't like that. Simple background. Suit of armor. Coming alive. Covered in seaweed. See what that gives us. It'd be interesting to see how it moves around when it just sinks underwater. It just fills itself up with air and floats. It walks on water. Or what if it's a bunch of little fish that make a big fish? Whoa. Alright, that doesn't look very good at all. I mean, they look good, but they don't look like what I want. And this is what I was saying earlier, like, it's a good tool. Like, okay, hey, there's an okay pose. Now you can just, like, whoop, flip that over into Photoshop and do your art thing. And, like, okay, you know, that's pretty good, but I want to add more to his boots. And I don't like this flowy skirt thing he's got. I'd rather have, like, the plates hanging down the side. Or, you know, I don't like this goofy little pad he's got right there. You can just make it yours. But I don't have that skill. I can't do that. I like how the background just stops right there. Well, these are actually really good. They're very plain and generic, but like, it's okay. So it's just like, oh, okay, these could just be some knights in a temple or something. And they don't have weird, goofy limage going on or nothing. I didn't mean to do that. Hey, there you go. There you go. He got some seaweed coming out. Look at there. I don't know what's going on back here, but like, that's pretty cool. He's got some seaweed. And he's kind of fuzzy looking. That needs it to be airtight there. Oh, I like the idea of schooling fish. Wishy-washy stuff. Suit of armor transcends space and time. Try suit of armor coming alive underwater. Suit of armor made of fish scales. Alright. Suit of armor emerging from the water. Covered in seaweed. Gotta have a trident. Well, yeah, you know, obviously. Obviously. Ryan, if you're back in the stream, did I ask when your new job starts? Oh, you said you're back making D&D tokens now. Yes. We made some weird monsters for, you know, regular monsters. Now we're trying to find a boss. That's pretty cool looking. Big old guy. He's got some stuff coming off of him and he's walking out. Wait, do you think the negative prompts are screwing with it? Maybe, but I like what it's doing. Oh, hey, look at there. That one's pretty solid. Look, he's got some seaweed going on there. Draping off of him. And you could say that's a trident. You just can't see it. He's got the glowy face thingy. So, yeah, he's boring. Okay, so if I take this guy, send This is where the technical know-how would be nice to have. Image to image. Well, that just... Yeah, I like this guy with the blue glow. Okay, so this will make more based off that guy. That's cool. Okay. So let me make... I like doing 4. Okay, we got to reword the seaweed draping off armor. I can't spell seaweed. Fights with his fist. No, I has a big seaweed whip. He can snatch you and drag you under the water and pummel you. Four might have been too much. Maybe I should have just done 2. Seaweed whip. Let's say I'm not telling it to hold anything. I could put a negative prompt and say holding something. Okay, let's see what we got. He's got an interesting whip of sorts. He also has bare legs exposed there. That's a choice. What is with these little like Cat O' whips they got here? Yeah, look at that. There's water coming out of that one. Ooh. Okay. I'm not getting long pieces of green seaweed draping off shoulders. Let's try that. Let's try one lesser. Also lost my blue glowy visor. And there's a way you can like doodle on the image over here and like say, hey, put stuff here. I don't really know how to do that. Every time I do it, something weird happens. Ooh. A water sword would be cool. Prompt with no seaweed. I like the idea of the suit having some enchanted weaponry. Alright, what we got here? Very green. It looks like the Predator. Which is not a terrible thing. Alright. He's got seaweed hair. That's just a Predator. It really was. I was like, he's doing something with the water in that one. Ah, man, he's super green. Holding something. See what happens if we put that in negative prompt. Oh, hit the mic stand. Why are they so green? I get. Oh yeah, long pieces of green seaweed. Yeah, maybe I should have. Yeah, I got a little carried away with the green. Yeah, and this is the thing, like if you had any kind of Photoshop or artistic talent, you could take this picture, it's like, hey, I like it, and then you could put the seaweed on there yourself. It's like, all right, I want this extra seaweed, blah, 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 fix his hand, that good stuff. All right, these are super green. Oh, actually, I got something behind him there. Really liking the Predator. Alright, green armor. And let's just... long pieces of seaweed hanging. Oh, try hanging off shoulders. Hey, I just did that. We're on the same path. Honestly, I just go with the first photo with the blue eyes and then tell everyone to go off. Well, I mean, I probably will. I'm just playing with the AI at this point. Like I said, it's a game to me. If I can trick it in to make something I like. okay. He's pretty neat. He's got stuff dangling. Oh, see, I like that. That's the way that is on him there. That looks more like he's been sitting around and stuff growing on him. That's good. Not enough of it. This guy just reminds me of the Thing from Outer Space or whatever that super old sci-fi movie is. The robot that comes. What is that? The Day the Earth Stood Still. That's what it is. Bulky and giant, though. Absolutely hulking. Like 8 or 9 feet. So, this picture is saved. Like, it's saving everything. So, if I go back to here and say send to InPaint, if I do seaweed, rah. I don't think that's actually gonna do it. We'll try. We'll see what happens. Oh, hi cat. You are on my feet. Huh. I don't see any difference. Oh, there's a little difference. Man, what has this thing got against seaweed? What is... covered in vines? Dry vines. I'm telling you, man, Ryan, we're on the same page here. Another word for vines, seaweed, grass. Alright. Y'all tell me if I'm crazy. So the brain emoji Ryan just posted, does that not look like the fist bump emoji, just recolored? Tell me I'm not crazy. You got a little more going on there. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the first one Ryan posted where it's coming right at the screen. It's just a fist bump, man. It's a squishy, muscly fist bump. That's what I see every time I see that brain emoji. Fist bump brain. Alright, that was not bad. Let's do a couple more and then I'll get off here. Covered in vines. Okay, let's do long blades of grass hanging down from shoulders. Can it do that? Can it do it? And this is where I say, like, okay, yes, there's where we need a different word other than art, but like there is a little bit of an art to finagling these prompts and getting what you want. Higher interest rates. Oh, Ryan, did you say when you start in your job? Did I ask? I feel like I asked. Let me scroll up here a little bit. Since you came back. Just an interview, but it's the first interview. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought you got a job. Huh. Okay, let's try long... No. Ropes hanging from shoulders, like from boats. You know all the ropes they have? If it can't do ropes, then we gotta be barking up the wrong tree here. Federal bank doing 5.5 interest rate now. Big sad. Ooh. Well, isn't that due? Isn't that what happened? The housing market exploded. Everybody bought houses. And then the banks, air quotes, ran out of money. So they made the interest rates higher for everything. And then the housing market went again. The second time in the past, what, 15 years? 20? Okay, it just does not want to make things hang. So, like, that's kind of neato. Let's, one more time. One more time. I don't know if that's exactly it, but the Fed bank interest rate sets everything else. I think that seems like that's what I heard a little while back when like people were selling their houses for 10 times what they were worth, and then all of a sudden nobody could sell anything. It was like overnight. Okay, I got one more thing to try. Cool variation. Oh, that's a nice little rope. Oh, you know what we could do? I'm never gonna get off of here. Ropes hanging from the shoulder, draping down in front of chest. Ta-da. It's a little addicting. It is. It's like the slot machine, you know? You're just like, one more. I'm gonna get it next time. I'm gonna get it next time. I'm gonna get it next time. Chains hanging. Chains is what I was going to try next. And then I realized, wait a minute, let me just try telling it to put it in front. Why is seaweed in it? It's an underwater dungeon. Well, okay, I guess I should have mentioned that. So this map I'm using was actually a whole temple underwater. Like he's coming up from the bottom of the ocean. Okay. That looks like he's got a cape made, cape made out of rope. He's got a little bit dangling. That is definitely a cape. There's some ropes. Heyo. I actually like that one. I like the chest piece in that one. Okay. So, chains. Cape made of seaweed, yeah. Big old leafy thing. Okay, I think I see one in there that did better. Hey, looky there, buckwheat. Not seaweed, but it's chains. That worked. That's some chains. That's some chains. Okay. So if we do seaweed hanging from shoulder and draping down front of chest. Wake up tomorrow and instantly lose. Well, my suggestion is don't even get started on it. It's a waste of hard drive space, but it's my 2 cents. Yep, there it goes. It does not like seaweed. It's so weird. Alright, well, we're gonna stop there because I just keep going. We got some ideas. I can flesh this out throughout the day before we start playing. We didn't look at the game that much. Yeah, so the thing is, I'm supposed to be playing this game and then doing a review on it. Excuse me, the guy actually reached out to me specifically. He's like, hey, I liked your EZD6 review. Would you mind doing one for mine? I was like, sure, absolutely. So it's gonna be a while because I gotta got a couple videos in the pipeline that I wanted to do first, and I actually have to play it. I have to read it, figure out how it works, and all that. He's like, that's fine. So I've been sitting on it for a month, so I really need to do something with it, I feel like. Green rope. I'm just really in the mood. I haven't played in over here. I should have tried green rope. Homebrew might be a bit weird. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, I really want to try it pure vanilla, and then maybe the next game we'll try fluffing it a little bit, doing things our own way or whatever, see how it works. So that's the thing. Like, I like to try stuff pure vanilla before I go in changing everything to make sure I understand it and I'm not just reinventing the wheel when I don't need to. Like when I first started GMing 5e, or really playing 5e, I saw all these things. I was like, oh, I could do this instead. This would make more sense. Or I should do this. But I was like, nope, just run it vanilla, no matter how hard it hurts, to make sure you fully understand everything before you start changing stuff. So watch them sword their way out of every problem. Hey, if that's what they do, that's what they do. Swords break, though. I'm just saying. Can make them break. Unfortunate. What you like? And see, what I really want to do, but time is so hard to come by. I'd really like to start running games in the server. Just random one-shots to just, get people introduced to stuff and have a good community to hang out in. I don't want to make a regular thing. I just want to start doing it and try to do it more often, but a lot to plan for and handle. And then people have to be available. I'd watch if not join. And yeah, so that's the thing. Like, we could, if people were fine with being recorded, it's like, all right, well, we'll just put this on the channel. Like, hey, here's what we do in our community. Here's us attempting to play a game. So, because that's, and that's the point of the channel, right? Is to make a decent community that's not so toxic like a lot of 5e communities. It's like, hey, no, we just come here, have fun, everything's welcome, do what you want. But that's easier to do when it's small like it is, but if it ever grows into something big, that'll be harder to handle and manage. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think that crosses out a lot of crap mics. Well, Discord does pretty good at taking crappy, and that's the problem. Like, Discord's good at taking a low quality mic and making it sound good, but then when you have a good quality mic, which is not what I'm using at the moment, but it'll take your good quality audio setup and tank it, just make it awful. Like, I'll get on a call for this podcast thing, and I'll use my recording booth that I have set up, and I'll hear myself in the Discord call watching their episodes. Like, oh man, that sounds like crap. It's like, that's the exact same setup I used to record my videos. So mic is just your laptop mic. Ayo, use what you can. I feel like most people probably wouldn't want to be recorded, or even if they were okay, they'd put a little pressure on them, like, oh, maybe I need to act out a little bit and make this interesting or something. It's like, no, I don't want to put that on everybody. Or I might be like, hey, I hit the microphone. I might be like, hey, I'm going to record it, but I'm not going to post the whole thing. I'm just going to post a little snippet if something funny happens. That'd be easier on everybody. But even then, I probably wouldn't. I would like to record it, but wouldn't at the same time. I want to put that on people. So, that is what it is. We'll see. Like I said, I just want to start playing more games and get people, because like Ollie, people like Ollie, he's like, yeah, I really want to play, but I don't have anybody to play with. So, and we got him to play a round of ICRPG, and he really enjoyed it. So that's the thing for a lot of people. They want to play and they can't. Like, there's people rant and rave like, oh yeah, local, in person, that's the only way to play. It's like, okay, that is never going to happen where I live because people are just not into that around here. Oh, I have to play online. So there's lots of people wanting to play that don't have access to it. I would like to provide that somehow, but I can't be making games unless this started paying somehow. You know, if YouTube started making decent money, like, oh well, yeah, then I can take the time and make stuff, because that's how I make a living. For going with people I actually know, yeah. Now that's the other thing, like finding groups you like playing with. It can be scary playing, and by scary I mean not so much like intimidating. It's just you never know what that other person's gonna be like. Are they gonna be super into role playing and make things weird, or are they gonna not role play at all, or are they gonna be a troll, or are they gonna make it weird? That was what I was always worried about. I was like, oh man, is somebody gonna make this weird? Like, I'm gonna hit on the barmaid, and then they acted out all too well. It's like, ew. The barmaid slaps you. He crits. You're dead. You stutter too much in English? Ah, that's all right. Ain't nothing wrong with a stutter. I'm just slow when I'm trying to come up with things. They're like, what do you do? I don't know. This is what happens when you spend all your time reading, typing, and listening. Yeah. That's true. Gotta work on them social skills. They're the worst. I hate being social. It's awful. Darn people. Well, speaking of people, I gotta go deal with a few this afternoon, and then more tonight. Oh no. We have a game. He says to the GM. I like making the worlds and giving them to people. I don't like dealing with the people. It's two different things, man. That's alright, though. It's alright. Just gotta find the right ones. We had a not right one in our group we had to get rid of. Not that he was a bad person or anything. It's just like, hey, man, you're not vibing with the rest of us, so gotta cut you loose. Sorry, bud. We want two different things, which is never fun to do, but sometimes you got to. Anyway, gonna stop, gonna kill the music, bleh, and we are gonna wrap up the stream. So I think, what's today? Wednesday. That means I think the video, it will be coming out next Thursday or Friday, depending on when I choose to drop it. I'm still experimenting with release times. Bye, Ryan. So I will be back on stream next Wednesday before y'all see a video. So I will see y'all then. Later.